What's up, witches?
What's up, witches? I'm Linda.
And I'm John.
And of course, this is Getting Witchy, and today is day 5 of our Yule series. And you know what today is?
No, I do not.
Today is Christmas Eve. You know what that means?
Wait, no, it's not. Oh my God.
You know what that means, witches? Claus coming to town. Don't look at me like that.
No, because we're doing the recordings for the next day. I'm sorry. I'm tired. We got off work about 2 hours ago.
Yes, we did.
And
it
was actually not a bad night of stocking.
A light day, which was nice after like 5 weeks of.
Well, you know what I heard?
No, I don't know what you heard.
Well, I'm not going to mention the name, but the individual that when I stepped down, he became my manager when I moved to his team. He said this morning, he said, "Oh, what do you mean you're off tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm off." He said, "What's 2 trucks?"
Oh my God.
They've got 2 trucks the night before Christmas. Well, Christmas Eve. Yeah, because this is Christmas Eve
right
today.
Right.
So like 2 trucks for Christmas Eve. And when we say 2 trucks, so to get an idea, that's anywhere from, what was that crazy number that the head manager threw out a couple nights ago? I'm not using their terms or our terms, because then it would be, was it like 36,000 pieces? Like it was an insane number.
Something like that.
It was an insane number. And when it says pieces, it could be anything from a case of cereal to a single package that is itself a case. So, but 36,000, and I think that's actually low. I think it was higher than that, but I don't want to over exaggerate, but yeah. So yeah, they're gonna have a 2 truck night. I said, well, if they need to call us in, they need to call us. I said it to the team, the hourly manager, not a coach. I did not say that to a coach.
Okay.
The hourly. Did you think I was talking about?
Yes.
Oh no, that's what I meant. My supervisor, my direct, when I stepped down. We are so sidetracked right now.
Okay. I get it now. I get it. No, I thought you were talking about somebody completely different. And
that's no, like, it starts with a C.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
No,
and
no,
no,
like, no, I did not tell him.
No, but you talked to E.
Yes.
Okay, you talked to E, not
and
C.
We laughed when I said it, so it was a joke.
Okay, yeah, because he knows I'd kick your ass.
But anyway, so they're gonna get their butts kicked tonight. I'm sorry for them, but after this, they don't come back.
So Thursday.
Yeah, we get to work on Christmas night.
Yes.
Which actually, you know what? I mean, honestly, that's not really.
That's actually not too bad.
No, because I mean, it's Christmas, so anything that would be happening on Christmas would be in the morning.
Right.
And then early or early morning with the kids at home, and then mid morning for siblings and grandparents or whatever.
And dinner time, usually with
like around 3,
right?
2 to 3, and then you could still catch a couple hours nap and then go in.
Also, when we go in, there are no customers.
No, there's not. It's interesting. So like, we all meet up front, and when everybody's there, then we go in at this specific time of this. I'm not giving away like people give out too much information. But so then we have to wait because he has to go into the store, deactivate the alarm, and then
come back
and let us in. And then we have a quick little meeting, and then it's just like it reminded me of, because for some reason the first time that we did that, it was for Thanksgiving.
Right.
I don't know how or why. Maybe it was imagination, but I kind of, while we were walking to the back, I kind of got like a bird's eye view, like a third person, like in a game. And like everybody was scattering, like everybody was going to their, that they were getting what they needed, and it was interesting. It was funny. But anyway, we should probably start over, because this would be a good little clip to just say, hey, hello, we survived the holidays. Or we could keep going.
Let's just keep going.
Okay. So it's day 5.
Yes.
And what were you?
Well,
so
I mean,
yeah.
it's Christmas Eve.
Yes.
So, and what happens on Christmas Eve?
Santa comes.
Yes. So today is basically, it's all about Santa and his reindeer.
Should we mention that we've kind of made Santa a god?
I mean, if you want to.
I mean, we as a populace have created this image of a jolly old man who's super sweet and nice and always happy, and knows when you're sleeping, knows when you're awake, knows with you whether you've been bad or good.
So pretty much he's omniscient.
Yes, he sees everything, is all knowing, and he brings gifts.
Gifts to the good and
coal
for the naughty.
Or
Although,
he sets Krampus loose on him.
Or I mean,
I mean,
you give
Krampus,
me enough coal, I can have a barbecue. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Well, if not a barbecue, at least like a fire pit.
Yeah.
So offerings for Santa
and his reindeer.
Yep.
Of course,
So put out, if you have kibble or even some fruits, carrots. Yeah, if there are animals around that would eat the carrots. Not everything eats carrots like that.
Okay, so we are in the desert. We have desert rabbits that will definitely eat them.
Yes, but we are not specific. The community is, but have you seen a rabbit in our community?
Yeah.
And you've not, anyway, we're going to talk about this later. All right, so leaving food for Santa, the cookies and milk.
Or if you're Hispanic, tacos and tequila.
Yeah, or if you're Irish, some corned beef and freaking Jameson. Or that. Yeah. Prayer to the evergreen spirit. Well, is that the same as Cernunnos?
So remember, with the god,
Cernunnos is the green god of Irish lore.
So when it comes to the god aspect, there's the Holly King and there's the Oak King. The Holly King is the one that's actually in power right now.
The Oak King is the one with the horns.
The Oak King is the one that rules during the light part of the year. So he's actually the one that was just born. So the prayer is to the one that's kind of fading out.
And I know this, but I don't talk about it much, so I've forgotten a lot of this. Okay. And honestly, they kind of confused me. I don't know if I was reading while I was stoned or what, but
we've done a lot.
The Oak King, and then the time of year, the separation of the two, when one is born, it's preparing to kill the other, but then it's reborn and then it's preparing to kill the other. Like it's a weird, and yeah, the mom is
Ever
the
present,
wife,
yeah, and
and then the mom, and
then
then
the
the
wife.
wife, and then the mom, and then it's
Which I mean,
really
if you think about how men tend to want their wives to be their mommies too, it kind of makes sense.
oh, well, unfortunately for what would be a fair estimate, 60% or 40% of the men, that's accurate.
Yeah,
Yeah. Which would you,
I'd say
60?
probably 60.
Yeah, which is probably why it was my first number that I said, because I would agree. That's sad,
Right.
but it's hilarious, but it's hilariously sad. And then other options.
So one activity you could do,
Oh,
especially if you have children,
yeah.
write letters to Santa.
Well, now they have this shit with, I think it's NOAA, right? NOHA, the National Oceanographic.
Where you can track Santa?
Yes.
Yes, and yes, you can track Santa.
Yeah.
They
Like they
show
have the
where
whole,
he's
like
where
where
he
he's
is.
at the whole freaking time, and it's actually, it's really cool. It started out, I didn't do the research. I don't remember exact, but I'm pretty sure that from my darkened memory, it's probably from the 60s. They did it at first as a joke, but so many people loved it that
They kept doing
they
it.
kept doing it. That so many people called in. Like they put it, if I remember correctly, they put out that, and I could just look it up real quick, but we've been sidetracked enough on this one. If I remember correctly, they did it as a one-time thing. Sorry for the quotes. I know some people hate that. And so, and had like 5 or 6 operators answering calls, thinking it wouldn't,
Wouldn't be anything.
thousands upon thousands upon thousands of calls came in. Like they were getting calls all fucking night. And then it just blossomed from there to where it's now, with the technology we have now, you could literally pull up their webpage,
right,
and see where he's at on a map of the world. It's pretty fucking cool.
Right. Oh, hey, before we continue, if you don't have a chimney, make sure you put out your Santa key.
Oh. I've never, okay, she told me this today, and I've never heard of this. Now, I think that was probably, so I thought, like, because every house, even if it doesn't have a chimney, it has a little tube, ventilation for the attic or whatever, the crawl space. And this is obviously decades before the Santa Claus.
Right.
But I envisioned exactly what they did in the Santa Claus, where he kind of just jumped up
One appears,
and he was kind of like sucked down, and boom.
and then
He was,
inside the house, one
yeah,
kind of appears.
yeah.
Yeah. So in the late 90s, early 2000s, when we first moved out here to Phoenix, it was the first time in at least a decade and a half that my family did not have a chimney. The house that I called home, the had a fireplace and a chimney, but
Well, yeah, it has.
our first rental house out here did not have one. And I don't remember if it was my mom or one of my sisters, but somebody in the family came across this big ornamental key that you're supposed to hang on the door so that Santa can get in if you don't have a chimney. And we had done that for a few years, and then one of my sisters married somebody who had kids from a previous relationship, and it was their first Christmas with us. And
So they torched them.
we didn't torture them. I reminded my sister to put out the Santa key, and one of the kids asked what it was, and we told them, what the purpose is. And he's like, well, why would Santa need that? And it's like, well, because sometimes, you don't have a chimney. Like our house, we don't have a fireplace. So how would Santa get in? And we're just kind of like, all of us adults are kind of adding stuff to it. And at one point I was like, oh yeah, wasn't that the year that Santa broke a window to get in? And this kid was like, Santa broke a window? I'm like, well, yeah, how else was he gonna get in? And he's like, oh my goodness. And he ran off and told his little brother, and his little brother, like, they just both. But anyway, like, yeah, if you don't have a chimney, like, don't forget to put out your Santa key, okay? So that Santa can get in without breaking a window.
Or a fun little project not to entertain this. Oh my goodness. They bought that?
They bought it. I think they were like 8 and 6.
So, okay, well, that's understandable. And that's cool that they were still that old and still bought into it. The 6-year-old I get, the 8-year-old, a neat project though would be just a random key or buy a key,
right,
and then paint it with the kids. There's glitter and everything. They have glitter paint. Like, do different. We could do like red with the green Christmas tree on
right.
the fake or whatever, and that is Santa's key. It's a blank key. It's not
right,
been cut.
right.
So, but magically it fits perfect.
Right. Which actually would actually be a really cool thing to do.
It would be fun.
That would be, yeah. What else do we got?
Okay. Is that chocolate and boobs?
Chocolate and books.
Books.
Or movies.
Oh, we'll see. I mean, movies would fit with the first one too. But I mean, come on. I wish I could.
So apparently in Scandinavian culture, on Christmas Eve, it is tradition to give books with a special piece of chocolate out, especially to the children. And you basically just spend the night reading your book and enjoying your chocolate.
Oh.
This would be a good time to do a cacao ritual.
That's
actually.
Cool.
There is a difference between regular chocolate and cacao, by the way. With cacao, there's more of the cocoa mass than the cocoa butter or the milk. So, like, if you wanted to do a cacao ritual, you would want to make sure that the chocolate that you are using has at least 75% cacao.
Okay.
But it's a very structured thing. But you enjoy it and savor it as
while you're reading the book.
Yes.
Okay. And then reindeer and what?
Oh, the Amanita muscaria mobile. So
okay.
Okay. How do you think reindeer fly?
Well, we just heard Cheech and Chong. It was a magic dust.
It's a magic mushroom.
Okay.
The Amanita muscaria. It's okay. So if you've ever seen, if you've ever played Mario, Super Mario Brothers, the little red mushroom with the white,
the white cap or white and red cap mushrooms
with the little white spots.
Yeah.
That's an Amanita muscaria. So that mushroom could get you high as but it's also poisonous.
So
it's also poisonous. So unless you have the antidote, which milk thistle is very good for, like you could end up overindulging, but essentially the reindeer will eat the mushrooms.
And they'd be tripping balls.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So
Because they built up a tolerance. They
so,
eat the other thistle, they eat that, so that builds up a tolerance for.
so basically, if you make a mobile out of like little cuttings that look like reindeer and the mushrooms and you paint them, you got a nice little way to
Cool.
little crafty project that you can do to help celebrate tonight.
Nice.
Other than, hanging your stockings and oh, did you want to talk about that?
What?
Saint Nicholas?
Well, not on. No, no.
You don't want to mention how he was the patron saint of prostitutes?
I thought we did talk about that though.
Did we?
I'm pretty sure that we did.
Why did we do that?
Babe, we had a whole long conversation.
Did we have that with them?
I don't know.
That's fine.
But all right, witches, have a wonderful day. Hope some of these ideas, I mean, we probably should have done these like 2 days in advance so people would have a day to
Prepared.
yeah, but we're new at this too. We've only been doing these a little while. So anyway, we will re-release them or do new ones for next year a couple days in advance so you can get the shit you need. But one love, Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, and blessed be.
Peace out, witches.